Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Beast! I'm YouTube famous now. As if I will ever be that YouTube famous like Tana Mongeau'S, where I have millions and millions of fans that want to see all of my horrible behaviors and push like, and have a manager that condones all of my bullshit. That is what we're gonna talk about today, and I'm so excited about it. And it's interesting, I probably will never have a manager with a management company after I make this video. Quite frankly, I really don't care. I've had many managers from management companies reach out to me, like they do a lot of YouTubers. I'm nothing special. And they always are like, okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put you on a schedule, and you'll do like Mondays and Wednesdays, and your videos will be 6 minutes. And I'm like, you obviously do not understand my gig. Okay, be gone before somebody drops a house on you. I do things my way, all right? I write the rules. I'm not, no, you're foolish, okay? Which is probably why you shouldn't always listen to your manager. I'm just saying, okay? Because are you gonna go cry a river to them when things aren't going your way? But we're getting to this video rather quickly. I'm so excited about this video. But oh, what's interesting is that Tana Mongeau'S manager, okay, Jordan, who we're gonna talk about in a second, he actually works for Fullscreen, which reached out to me, and they were like the ones that were pushing the hardest for me. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm not interested for you to take whatever % you want to take from me, okay? Be gone. So anyway, I think it's funny that that's who she signed with. And I wouldn't be making this video if ding-a-ling-a-ling, shim-a-ling, ding-ding-dong. How's the drama phone? This is Peter speaking. Oh, hi, Jane. How are you? Tana Mongeau'S, she put another picture out on Instagram after she deleted her sponsored video. And she has a cocaine t-shirt. She does. It's a champion imitation t-shirt with cocaine written on the okay, well, you can get it from the quotable tees. Okay. I know, she's such the fashionista. I mean, she just really wants to put this message out there about drugs. All right, see you at 6 for gimlets. So anyway, so many people have contacted me about all of this foolishness that Tana Mongeau keeps on putting out there, okay? Number one, she wore a t-shirt on Instagram and it said cocaine on the front of it, okay? Now, let's just go in here and imagine, here it is, do you see it? There she is, she's sitting in the airport, and she says underneath here, probably a bad shirt to wear to the airport, and here it is, closer up, there she is, okay? You can find it all over the internet, I found it in 2 seconds, some cheap-ass t-shirt. Which, by the way, speaking of cheap-ass t-shirts, can we talk about this merch that she has out for Hefner the Song? You know, like, it's kind of cute sometimes to copy brands. Like, I get that. But, like, it really, when you are a brand yourself, and Tana Mongeau is kind of getting to the point where she's a brand herself, to be a brand that knocks off another brand like she did with Supreme is, like, lame, okay? It's really corny. I mean, there's no style to that, whatever. I mean, basically, we all know she's off the rack anyway. And I mean, a pair of good jeggings from the back room and a sweatshirt and a high center ponytail. I mean, that's kind of Tana's style. Those roots, sweetie. But, you know, like, I'm just saying, like, why are we continuing to do this kind of stuff? Like imitations and copies and all this kind of stuff. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about Tana Mongeau'S manager that completely condones everything that she does. And I'm going to prove it to you in here in just a second. And it's interesting where this video went. It went into all sorts of places that I didn't think that it would go, or this video, this research. Now listen, okay? Something that you need to know is that I am not that drama channel. I am not Deep Throat. I mean, I've been there before, but hello, Deep Throat. Jordan, Tana Mongeau'S, yes. Meet me at 3rd and Park. No, not for that. To tell me the information. Okay, I'll see you then. I mean, I'm not that kind of drama channel. You know, all those people that are like, oh, I got the clues. I figured it out. I don't care. Listen, okay? I have an opinion. I watch a video. I have an opinion. And everybody and their brother has been asking me to make a video where Tana Mongeau watches these people have sex. Her friends have sex, okay? Let's just get into this first of all, okay? I watched part of this video. I did not watch the whole thing. I think it's disgusting, okay? I think why you would want to watch anybody, especially people that you know have sex, is kind of like off, okay? It's a little off. Now, if that's your sexual, you go have at it, baby. You have that at your gig. If you're consenting adults, which the people in her video were, okay? But on the heels of Karina Kaboom talking about how Manny Mua is a peeping Tom because he was outside of somebody's hotel room that was being real loud having sex, girl, what does is she making this Tana Mongeau stuff? I mean, Tana Mongeau's watching a video or watching her friends have sex right in front of her. Do y'all know what I'm talking? Have you seen this video? Oh my God, it is too much, okay? And she's like, oh, she's kissing his dick right now. I'm like, girl, why are you watching this? That is so uncomfortable that you would want to watch your friends have sex, okay? So then, towards the middle of the video, and this is when I stopped watching the video. So whatever happens past that, if it's a big fake out, which I know it's not, okay? First of all, everybody is like, this is what everybody says. Why are you doing this when the majority of your viewers are under the age of 18 and they're 12 years old? And what was interesting was, and this is how this whole video we got to this point. Are you ready? So somebody in her comment section, because I went and looked, and they said, oh, nice, Tana, when most of your audience is 12 years old. And this person came back, who I also noticed, this person that came back for that negative comment, came back for every negative comment in her comment section. Just saying. So anyway, I read that, and I was like, and they were like, and underneath there, somebody said, they're not all 12, do your research. And the guy said, I have done my research, or the girl said, I have done my research, I've gone to one of her meet and greets, and they're all like 12 or 13. And then the guy said underneath there, you're ugly, I can see it in your profile picture. Sounds like a 12-year-old comment, doesn't it? So while you're putting out this kind of information, this kind of video for your 12 or 13 or 14 or 15 or 16, even the 17-year-old, basically children out there, you know, you're putting that kind of content out there, wearing cocaine t-shirts, endorsing drug use, on and on and on. I'm not the only drama video making videos about this anymore. You know, it's very peculiar to me, okay? Like, why you're doing this. So then it gets to this point in the video where she calls up her manager, Jordan. Now, this you all have to see. I will tell you, go watch the video for this, right? So she calls Jordan on the phone, and she basically says, can I make this video and it get monetized, okay? She's not concerned about what the video's about or whatever, and she says, you know, my concern basically is that you can hear them having sex in the background. If you hear sex noises or sex voices or something, will it get demonetized? And he says, yes. But that's not our concern. He was like, you know, I knew, you know, blah, blah, blah. I have notes. Hold on a second. He said, she says to him, it's just good for views. That is her concern with making this video. She says it. So everything that Tana does in her videos has no bearing on truth, no bearing on what kind of role model she wants to be, no bearing on taking responsibility and admitting when she's wrong. Oh no, we'll just take down a video and then we'll post a picture of me in a cocaine t-shirt, basically negating one and pushing the other one. She knows what she does is bullshit. She doesn't care. She doesn't care about the kids out there, and her manager doesn't care about her. Because she asked him in there, did you know that this is what it was going to be like a year ago when you signed me? And he said, we never expected for your channel to be monetized anyway. You were never going to be brand safe. He says that in the video, okay? You can hear him say that. And he said that he 100% knew that when he signed her, this was the direction that she was going to be going in, talking about all these problematic behaviors. So what's interesting to me about that, I mean, that's not the only thing that's interesting to me about that, but what's interesting to me about that is that when you signed her, you signed on, you literally signed her and co-signed, okay? Co-signed her behavior problems for the rest of the world to see. Now, let me tell you what's interesting to that. Other than the fact that when I got on his LinkedIn profile, I found out that he went to Indiana University, which I hail from that grand state of Indiana. My husband, my mother, my father, everybody I know went to Indiana University in Bloomington. And interestingly enough, Jordan was at Indiana University in Bloomington the exact same years that my husband was. I can't wait to have that conversation with him and see if he knows him. So I did a little poking around, and you know, I don't believe in exposing people like that, so you can go do it. It's all out there, whatever. But what I did find was interesting that if you go to Jordan's Twitter, okay, I mean, he's a cute guy, real cute guy. I mean, I can't imagine what it's like to travel around the world with a 19-year-old who's watching videos of somebody having sex. And I mean, he's got to be 30 now. My husband's in his 30s, so he's got to be 30 at least. And you're hanging out with a 19-year-old that's making videos of people having sex and wearing t-shirts about cocaine and putting out problematic behavior, and you co-sign all of that. Wow. What a proud moment you should be or have, you know, like when you're putting that out in the world, that must be your proudest moment, right? I mean, as a journalism major, so, you know, journalism is where you do investigations for people. It is interesting to me, though, how you became a talent agent going to school for journalism. I think that's pretty cool that you got to turn that gig around. I also think it's cool that when I went to your Twitter, you said, I like people who have a passion for what they do. You do, don't you? You have a real passion for this, and the reason that I'm coming for you today is this, is that I have said in my last 19 videos about Tana Mongeau that I'm sure that I've made, where are the adults? What's happened to the adults in this picture? Tana Mongeau to me is a 19-year-old who developmentally and emotionally acts like she's about 13 or 14. She's attention-seeking at best. She's putting out problematic behavior, and she doesn't really care as long as she gets the views. It's all about attention, it's all about money, and it's all about people liking her. Why? I don't know. Why don't you go back and watch some of her other videos where she talks about her relationships with past family in there, and maybe you'll see her need for acceptance and validation, of which I am not coming for Tana on, okay? I myself have a great need for acceptance and validation. But we can give it to people in positive ways, or we can co-sign their negative bullshit that they're putting out there in the world. And you, sir, are co-signing their bullshit, okay? You could be a manager that says to her, Tana, I'm very, very concerned about you. And I believe in my heart of hearts that Whitney Houston, Amy, Winehouse, on and on and on, all of these people out there, they also had managers. And I wonder what their manager said to them when they were putting out problematic behavior, or did they just co-sign that bullshit for the paycheck? This to me is not funny anymore. And then when I go to your Instagram, and your Instagram profile says, I get to work with some of the most influential people in the world. So basically what you've said is, you're totally okay with her influencing the world that way, because she puts you in all of her videos. She talks about you all the time. So basically what she's exposing you for, and if you go to your Instagram, I can see lots of pictures of you with Tana on there. So she might be the most influential person that you work with in the world. Let's get that quote right again. I get to work with some of the most influential people in the world. So what you're saying is that she is an influencer, she's influencing the world, and you're co-signing her negative behavior because you said it in a video that you were okay with her putting that out there. What is wrong with you as a grown man? What is wrong with this world that we're gonna sit there and we're gonna continue to co-sign this bullshit, okay? I have made countless videos about this girl where she talks about opiate use, Molly use, cocaine use. We're gonna go have a orgy and shoot dope. I mean, she has said all of these things in there and people are okay with it. And I asked in my video just yesterday, I never in a million years thought I would be turning around and making another video about Tana Mongeau, but hey, listen, it's a season of giving all day. So, I said in there just yesterday, like, where are the adults? Like, where are the people that are co-signing this? I've just presented to you where the people are. And, I think here's the question. Is that, years ago, I say this in a lot of my videos, and I want people to understand where it came from because I talked just about my dad today in a video that I did on my Peterisms channel. I talked about a letter that he wrote me. And, I've gotten a lot of wisdom from my dad through the years. And years ago, when I still had my practice, my dad said, I was talking to my dad, there was a client here in town that I wanted to see, or she had come to me and she said, I want to see you, and I'm going to get all my friends to come and see you, and you're going to make a lot of money off of this, right? But there's a reason I couldn't see her was because she had just left the treatment program that I still worked in, and it was a conflict of interest. And she said, I'll keep it a secret. We won't tell anybody, right? And I called my dad up and I said, I don't know what to do about this. And he's like, well, what's the issue? And I said, she really, really wants to see me. She thinks I'm the best. She's going to refer all of her friends to me. She's a big name here in town. She's going to, this is like a moneymaker. And like, I'm going to get exposed to all new kinds of clients. And it's going to be like, a whole new thing for me, right? And I'm so excited about it. And he said, don't do it. And I go, why not? And he goes, once you give your integrity away, you can never get it back. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, once you give your integrity away, you can never get it back. He said, if you see her and you break what you weren't supposed to do with this treatment program, where you told them in a contract that you wouldn't see other clients, since that had left there, and then you go against that, that's who people will know you as. When people see your real truth, believe them. They know themselves much better than you do. That's what Maya Angelou taught us. And, I think what's interesting about that out there is that you have to ask yourself, am I intent on making the most money in the world? Am I intent on, helping influence negative behavior to teenagers? Am I willing to co-sign that and condone that? Or who do I really want to be? And Jordan, here's my issue with you alone as an adult man, is that you have a lot of power over Tana Mongeau. She showed that in her video to you. You could sit on her video, you could sit on that phone call and say, you know what, Tana, I'm not sure I'm okay with this. I'm not sure that this is a behavior I like you to see. But entertainment's a bitch, isn't it? And it's all about the dollar. Never give your integrity away, because once you give it away, you can never get it back. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.